Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm just going to be showing you how to do this lovely butterfly design. I got this idea off a course I did recently with biosculpture, so if you are a nail tech you could go check them out. So I'm just starting off with Good Golly Miss Molly. This is a lovely nude colour by Magpie. I am going to be using all Magpie Beauty today, but any gel brand will work. So I'm just starting off with one thin coat of that, and I'm just going to pop that in the lamp for 60 seconds. I'm then going to do that again with another thin coat, so I'm going to have 2 coats of that as my base, and then we'll get on to the design. If you do like this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and leave a comment down below. Also tag me on Instagram if you have done any of these designs yourself. Thank you for watching. So now I'm just going in my Young Nail Swipe. This is my prep solution, so I use this on any acrylics or any gels that I'm doing. I do also use Prep and Dehydrate. This is just to wipe the sticky layer off the nail, just to make it easier so we can draw some straighter lines. I'm now going in with my paint spatula. This is just something that I got from a craft store. It's quite cheap. It just helps me stir the paints and get them out of the pot. So I'm going in with Nail Alchemy gel paints in Artisan Black. And then I'm going in with the Artisan paint in white as well. I'm just going to put those on my tile. I got that as a free sample, so they're quite easy to get hold of from any sort of like DIY store. And I'm just going to get ready to start the design. So I'm just going in with my long striper brush. This is just one I got from AliExpress. They're quite cheap. If I can find the link, I will link it down below. I do end up switching brushes to another brush, but it came in a set of 3, so it's just the shorter one of this. You don't have to use a long brush. You can use a shorter striping brush, but any striping brush will work. I'm just going in with that black gel paint and creating the top wing. So it is a heart shape pretty much to the side, but you just don't connect the ends of the wing together. You leave them separate. And I'm just going to make that thicker on the border, and then we are going to do the same with the bottom wing. The bottom wing is sort of just a curve round. It's not a heart shape, but you can make them any sort of shape that you want. If you want to do 2 heart shapes, that's perfectly fine. I'm just going to go in with black and, like I said, make it thicker on the outside, and then we cure that in the lamp for 60 seconds. So as you can see, I'm just taking a silicone tool. This is just to help me fix the mistake that I made with the line, just to make it a little bit more even, get away any of the gel polish that I don't want. And then I'm just taking that and wiping it on a lint-free pad, just to clean the tool after every use. I'm also taking some rubbing alcohol. This is just my Young Nail Swipe again. It's just to get that residue black smudge off the nail, just so it makes it look a little more clean and polished. As you can see, I'm now fixing the line. So I'm taking my striper brush again, and I am fixing the line that was messed up. So I'm just making it a little bit more smooth, a little more symmetrical. And then also making that border a little bit more thicker where I had to take some of the gel paint away. I'm just touching up as I go along. It's quite easy to do. It's such an easy trick. I learnt this off someone on YouTube. If I can remember their name, I will give them the credit in the comments below or the description. I'm now, as you can see, just creating the back wing at the top of the wing. So this does give it just sort of like a 3-dimensional effect. It's just a really nice sort of touch to the design. I'm then just making that line a little bit more smoother and going on to creating the bottom wing. So as you can see, I don't do the same shape for the bottom wing. I do make it a little bit more smaller. I do still thicken up that border on the outside just to allow for the white dots at the end of the design. So I'm just sort of going around in a curved shape and coming back again, not connecting the lines at the end of the design because we do have to allow for the body. And then I'm going to cure each of this nail in the lamp for 60 seconds. So I'm just going in now with my Young Nails Mission Control gel paints. I will leave the link for these in the description below. I'm just taking Mega Jam and Taser. These do come in, I think, a set of 12. You get a brush with them. It's quite cheap. It's about £60. They are a professional only brand, so you do have to have a qualification to be able to purchase from them. But if you are a nail tech, I'll leave the link down in the description below for you. So I'm going with Mega Jam first, just halfway in that wing, just filling out down to about almost the end of the wing, and then I'm taking Taser and I'm blending those two colours together, sort of to make that line a little bit less harsh. I do that for all the wings. I then flash cure it for 30 seconds. I do then come back and do the same thing for the small wing at the very top, and then I put that back in the lamp for a full cure of 60 seconds. So now that that's fully cured, I'm just going in with my black gel paint again from Nail Alchemy. I'm just going to start creating the black lines within the wing. I did look at a picture for this. You can look at a picture, you can do it however you want. So it's completely up to you. I'm just starting by making 3 simple lines in the middle and then going in and connecting those together. Again, really not following any real design, just doing any pattern that I ever want to. I do that on the top and on the bottom wing, and then also on the back wing I do just do a thin line through the middle because it is quite a small wing, so you don't want to add too much to it. And then after connecting those together, I do go in and create the body of the butterfly. So for that, I do take a dotting tool, and I'm just going to start by creating the head right at the top of the top wing. And that is then taking the black gel paint, dragging it down and curing that in the lamp for 60 seconds. As you can see, I'm just trying to finesse it there, but again, it doesn't have to be perfect. So now that that's all cured, I'm just going to put a thin white line down the body of the butterfly. This is just to give it some sort of highlight, just to make sure that it's not all sort of mashed up together. Add a little dimension to it. And then I do also go on and create the dots on the wing. So I'm just taking that dotting tool again and creating a series of dots. It's just large and small dots. It doesn't have to be in any particular pattern. Just place them where you feel like it. I did have fluff on my dotting tool from a pad that I used, so I am just taking a lint-free wipe to wipe that off. After I've done that, I do go in and create the antennas as well. Also, again, that's just using my striper brush with my black gel paint, and it's really simple. You just do 2 lines at the top of the wing, make sure they're quite thin, and then you cure that in the lamp for 60 seconds. So now that it's cured fully in the lamp for 60 seconds, this step is completely optional. You could just go ahead and put a top coat on. I'm going to use a layer of Give Me Strength by Magpie Beauty and some iridescent shapes from Nail Nails. So I got these not that long ago actually, but I'm really liking them. They're quite nice, lovely colours, different shapes. They're only about £8 for the whole set. Again, I'll link that in the description box below. I'm just going to leave that layer of Give Me Strength wet. I'm then going to place some iridescent butterflies into it before curing it for 60 seconds. I'm not going to do many. I only do about 2 or 3, I think, just around the outside. It just gives it a nice shine. It catches the light in different ways, and it just adds a little bit more, I think, dimension to the design. Again, you don't have to do this step. You can just put on a top coat and then the design is finished. So I'm just going to do that and then cure it in the lamp for 60 seconds. And then afterwards, I'm going to go ahead and put on my top coat. So my top coat is Don't Be Tacky by Magpie. I have just recently rebranded to Magpie Beauty, and I'm really loving it at the moment. And I can't wait to use it on all my clients when I'm allowed to open back up again. So I'm just going to put that on once it's all cured, put that back in the lamp for 60 seconds, and then the design is finished. So I really want to thank you guys all for watching this video. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe, and also follow me on Instagram. My booking page is on Facebook, so I've linked that down below as well if you do want to keep an eye on when I have appointments when we can open again. And that's the end of the video. Thank you very much.